Good afternoon. I'm going to present briefly the results of research that I call Spanish version of the Kenny Music Performance Anxiety Inventory, or K-MPAI, factorial structure and first statistical analysis of a Peruvian sample. Briefly, MPA, or music performance anxiety, can be defined as the apprehensive and persistent feeling of anxiety with relation to music performance, according to Kenny 2009, and which can be originated by specific life conditioning situations related to performing. Now, in Peru, the study of MPA is on its infancy because there were no solid psychological instruments that we could use to measure this construct. So the first aim of my research was to provide some validity evidence based on internal structure and reliability evidence of the scores derived from the Kenny Music Performance Anxiety from a sample of 455 tertiary or higher education music students from 3 major musical schools in Peru. After that, the second aim was to provide the first statistical analysis, just to have a very brief overview of how they experience anxiety. So briefly, we could say that after performing a high-order exploratory factor analysis, and if someone wants to know more about this, we can discuss it later, all the items of this 40 items questionnaire could be grouped into 2 specific factors that I call music performance anxiety, and the second one, depressive components, and a third one, which is broader, which can include both of these first order factors, which I call negative affectivity in relation to music performance anxiety. You can take a look at the name of the items, just a couple of examples per each one, so you can have an idea of what do they measure. And then regarding the statistical analysis for the population, I tested differences in MPA according to gender, musical institution, and musical genre. And I only found that female participants had higher MPA levels than male participants, which is consistent with previous anxiety studies in a more broader sense. However, cultural variables could also explain this, and which I couldn't control for. And interestingly, I didn't find any differences in MPA according to the institutions or musical genre, which I took as both measurements of musical genre, since each of these 3 institutions have had a particular musical profile. Which means, in this case, at least for this population, that MPA is experienced in a similar way across different musical genres. So this is basically what I had to show you. Thank you very much for your attention.